Don't go making me throw you back in there now, eh?
Make it quick. Well, I ain't the cook, am I? Look. You got anything needs repairing? Not saying Fordian, do you? Should last you a good while. No scratches, all right? That it? Fine.
Yes? What? Taking an interest, are you? And to sweeten the deal... Go on, then. You're rubbing me blind, you know. You'll not find a better price than that. It'd better all be here. And be thankful you got that much. I reckon I can find a buyer. And be thankful you got that much. You got out else? And be thankful you got that much. You got out else? Is that all?
What's this? Thirds is? You greedy pig.
Here, you, newcomer. Why don't you join me for a drink, hmm?
Odin and Bahamut had at it by all accounts. A by Belinus Tor.
Gods.
It's a wonder we didn't feel it here.
Young and so many uses.
Have you come for a tale? Or both?
I have quite the find for you today. You wish to study the tomes? The door to the shelves shall ever be open.
Finally crawled out of the crypt, eh? You look like it. Although I thank you for doing us the courtesy of covering up.
Don't.
Ah, still have a bit of fight left in you? Then listen. I've arranged a meeting with Gav. In case you've forgotten, you're the one he's been putting his nose to work for.
For nothing.
Just listen. While you've been relaxing in your cell, Gav's been busy sniffing out your dominance. And according to his last report, he's picked up the scent. Gav's gone to a fair bit of trouble for you. The least you can do is hear the poor bugger out. He's going to meet us at the King's Fall. Pack your stuff. We'll leave as soon as you're ready.
There we go. Alright, so now we got a journey to King's Fall, which is up there. Here tumble the waters of the Empire's brooks and burns to converge into a single resplendent cataract where the bygone king is said to have both lost life and kingdom. Alright. Don't remember this place, but that's okay. I don't remember a lot of the small details of this game. Alright. This place looks pretty cool. Just south of Oriflame, I think.
Not so long ago, this here was a thriving trade route. Then the Blight came. The people left. And just like that, it was deserted. Making it the perfect little shortcut. Gab's waiting for us up ahead. Come on. Still feeling sorry for yourself?
Don't
Scream.
please.
Think about it, Clive. The rumours all point to... That was an Imperial signal. They shouldn't be here. The old fort's been abandoned for years. Our little chat can wait. I need to see what the bastards are up to. You go on ahead and mention the Gav.
But we both know that.
No buts about it.
Sid was trying to tell Clive there, hey, I think your dominant might be your brother, but he didn't get a chance to say it. Sid has figured it out, at least in terms of Clive being the dominant. And the odds of there being 2 extra dominants of fire.
Stupid. I'm the dominant of fire.
Yeah.
I sent Gav on a wild goose chase.
Clive is being dumb. Alright, where am I? Oh, am I actually supposed to go? Hey, doggo, which way? That way? Okay. Oh.
More killing. And for what?
Flames!
Alright, this way. Okay.
What now?
Something big is roaring at me. Oh, one of you.
Beastman.
Mane used in everything from helmcrest to hairbrushes, primarily by those lucky enough to never have met a minotaur. And lo, did Sir Crandall strike the mane from the beast and rob him of his strength from the noble knight.
Perfect little shortcut, Sid. Straight to a nest of bloodthirsty beasts. Can't be much further now. No mistakes. Come on. Let me through. is it, boy?
After him! Don't let him escape! Gav! Who goes there? This one's a deserter! Take his head! Out of my way. You made your choice! That's enough!
Oh, another dragoon. Oh, and an Avis, because why not?
There he is! Don't let him
Oh, and
escape!
some more soldiers.
Kill the deserter!
Lots more soldiers. How about, yeah, there we go. Thanks, Sid.
Clive, what's the situation?
You're late! Gav's in trouble!
What?
The Imperials are on his tail! We have to get to him before they do.
Understood. I'm here to even the odds. Any objections?
Nope.
I'll take the dragon. You take the dragoon.
Die, you bastard!
Think that hurt me, but we never hurt him. Sorry, lad. Don't know how much help I'm gonna be here. All right. One down, one to go.
Keep your distance, boy. Give me some. This time. This time.
Since when could these bastards fly? But what goes up must come down. Bloody time waster. Come on, let's finish him off. Garuda!
Many have tendered explanations as to how the Imperial Dragoons are able to leap to such absurd heights, from the power of prayer to a strict diet of hare, toad, and crickets. But none save the knights themselves know the truth. However the secret, it is plain that the heavy plate would only prove a hindrance, and so the Empire equips its dragoons with armor forged from lighter than linen mithril. This link is part of a vest that would have been worn underneath the breastplate. Yeah, except they don't wear breastplates.
Come on.
Or chainmail. I don't see either of those things. I see what appears to be some kind of splint on top of splint. Or like lesser plate. I mean, that guy's wearing a breastplate. But the dragoon was not. It was wearing some kind of like...
Shit!
Oh, poor Gav. Zippity zap. I love how they made Cid such a badass. Most Cids in Final Fantasy are, I mean, they're cool characters, but very rare of them, very rare for them to be actual, like, combat badasses. Help me, Clive!
I've got you.
There.
Anything new? Nope, not really.
Clive doesn't have your nose, I said. He'd stumble off a cliff, I said.
That's the trouble with a nose like mine. Can't help sticking it where it's not wanted. If it wasn't for you two, my sniffing days would be over. Thank you. Truly.
So, what news?
Find out where your friend's heading for one thing.
Gav,
Him and his mate are on their way to your old stomping ground. Area. You should have seen what they did to the Imperials who tried to stop them. There's no question about it. He's a dominant fire, all right.
he can't be.
Clive, I saw you turn into an icon before my very eyes. And yes, there's a good chance it was you who killed the Phoenix. But we weren't alone, were we? There was the fellow you saw enter the whirlwind. I saw him too. You didn't dream it, Clive. He's out there.
But who is he?
Don't ask me.
Yes, but I'm still pretty sure the fella that went into the whirlwind was not the dominant of fire.
After all, you swore an oath.
They seem pretty conclusive that it
You swore
was.
You'd avenge your brother's death. That you'd never rest until you'd hunted down the man responsible. So, find out if this man's responsible, and kill yourself if he's not.
Cid,
Don't thank me.
Find out if this man's responsible, and then kill yourself if he's not.
Thank you, Gav.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Meanwhile, The other dominant of fire. Now this
birds returning this year.
This absolutely is Margrace. Anything that has to do with her is definitely Margrace. That woman is... But I still don't think that the one that they followed into the whirlwind was actually Margrace. Because he has no reason to deceive Clive. Like, really. Ultimately, if he knew Clive was there, he probably would go hunt him down and find him and talk to him. But he is under the assumption that Clive is dead just as much as Clive is under the assumption that he is dead, because, no duh, the hooded man is Joshua as a young adult now.
He must be stopped.
That is Joshua. The game doesn't make it, like, super clear at this point, but... Pardon? Alright. Yeah, that's Oriflame, so it's a ways from Oriflame. What is... Anyway, back to the hideaway.
Spitting great gouts of fire he was, like a bleeding volcano.
Ever seen a volcano?
What? You think I'm having you on?
Clive! Your friend. She's awake.
Right.
Nope, nothing new.
Go to her, you fool. Right, you lot. Enough slacking. Good. Come with me. Gav, go and get those wounds seen to.
Oh, give it to me straight. How long have I got?
So?
Okay, so I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure at this point, Sid has figured out that Joshua is still alive. But he doesn't actually want to voice that thought to Clive.
Isn't the Moogle funny? I wonder what it's trying to say.
Hello, Moogle.
They even have a Moogle. I've never seen one in the flesh.
I actually really like the Moogle design in this game. Moogle designs can be really hit or miss. Like every Final Fantasy, the design is different. And they're all the same. Like you could like if you described a Moogle to a sketch artist, you'd get a million different types of Moogles. This one feels the closest to what I think they were originally supposed to be like, which is like a football-sized floating mouse with a little puffball on its head.
And that they never reveal themselves to humans.
A lot of times they're way bigger, or they're like made of mechanical things, or there's a whole bunch of weird ways that they've been.
So it would seem.
Clive is like, wait a minute, I speak Moogle? That's insane. Finally, Capo! I've been trying to talk to these people ever since the winds carried me here, but none of them understand.
Painful.
But now you're here, my pom-pom's safe at last. You can hear me. You can actually hear me, Capo. It's our little secret, Capo. Alright. What else we got here?
You tied it too tight.
There's nothing wrong with it. Stop moaning.
I love the little bits and pieces of this game. It just feels very much like you're always in a living area. When it's alive, that is. Final Fantasy VII Remake was pretty good for that as well.
Good day. Or...
Yep.
If you have a question for me, I should be happy to answer it.
King's Fall Gav. Okay. Barnabas has a new one. Oh yeah, that's right, because he fought. King of Waloed and Dominant of Odin, the Warden of Darkness. At the Battle of Belladus Tor, he not only took personal command of the royal army, but rode into the fray himself, galloping through the air atop his six-legged steed, and goading Bahamut into a duel that shook the skies. Bahamut being this guy, Dion Lesage, leader of the Dragoons and the most elite warriors of the Holy Empire of Sembrek, who are the first to leap into the fray when the Empire finds herself under threat, often literally. Dion is also the dominant of Bahamut, Warden of Light. Yeah. Clinton, landlord of Lost Wings Tavern. Pardon? What was that? Okay. That was all muffled. I don't know why. Okay. Attendant to the Crown Prince. Geralf, yep. Killed by footpads while attempting to evacuate the stricken Benedicta from the collapsing near Cairnorvent. Okay. Last seen on the night of the Imperial invasion of Phoenix Gate in the year 860, when the young Joshua Rossfield lost control of his powers. Shards of crystal small enough to be held in the hand, which allow those who are not bearers to cast magic. The notions of the twins see such shards mined from the mother crystals and distributed to the populace so that every man and woman of good character, bearers, criminals, and other undesirables not included, might enjoy the gift of magic. It is common for people to keep them about their persons in a protective case. Municipal shards. So people could make, wells and things like that. Ancient relics found across Villisteria. I'm pretty sure these are actually powered up by the last boss so that we can move around. We, being Clive, can move around the world way easier than anybody else because we can use those obelisks. And then, like, because the whole thing is,
don't have enough teams to follow every lead.
This thing is a kind of clue that we're dealing, like, okay, so ultimately, a bit of a spoiler, but the last boss is trying to make Clive into the ultimate body so that he can inhabit it and become, like, the god of gods, basically. Because, like, whatever power Clive gets out of his own body and his own powers, the last boss, once he takes over, is going to be able to use that power to do whatever the fuck he wants. He can do anything. But as such, the last boss wants Clive to get as strong as he can and get as much power as he can and a whole bunch of other stuff like that. And one of the ways he does it is by giving him access to this, which is like a tutorial training area, arcade mode, replay levels. That sort of thing would normally not be diegetic. It would just be like, well, cool, there's a menu where you can have a stage replay, and that's kind of a cool thing. But it actually is diegetic, because, like, the last boss, he wants you to grind to the moon, basically. He wants you to be as strong as possible.
Let's get this fixed before someone does themselves a mischief.
So that when he takes over your body, it is the strongest that it can possibly be. And another way he does that, it's never actually confirmed in the game with text, but I'm pretty sure the obelisks are also like that, where I'm able to traverse the world in the time that normal people would have to, like, get, like, I could jump from one part of the world to another part of the world. It's part of my strengthening power being offered by Ultima, who is the last boss.
It's true then. It really is you.
She was his little girlfriend when he was a kid.
It is.
Clive! You're alive.
So are you. I still can't believe it. Are your wounds healed?
Yes. Talia told me what happened. You saved my life.
After nearly taking it, I had no idea. Forgive me, but I never got to be there, Jill. Fighting for them.
Let's pause while you're up.
Save the princess.
Oh, you're back. Okay.
The Iron Blood. They invaded not long after the news arrived about Phoenix Gate. Rosaria had lost her leaders. The Duchy was in chaos. The Iron Kingdom saw our weakness and pounced upon it. They killed the men and captured the women.
and took you back to Ironhome.
I thought they meant to have their fun with me before the end. But the end never came. My powers awoke, and everything changed. It all happened so fast.
We were told that the Ironblood had captured a dominant and planned to bring her on their latest crusade.
They gave me a choice. To fight for them on the battlefield or see my countrywomen slaughtered.
And they call us dominants.
What?
She's just like, wait a minute, what? You're a dominant? How the fuck are you a dominant? What does that even mean?
Clive? What happened at Phoenix Gate?
It was me. I killed Joshua.
I really wish they hadn't cut out what, like, it was probably just editing, like how they edited that scene, but I wish they hadn't edited it that way, because it felt like she's like, what happened in Phoenix Gate? And it just cuts to him saying, I killed him, I killed Joshua. But it was edited in such a way that it looked like it faded to black, and he explained what we know about Phoenix Gate. And it's just a lot more interesting to know what he knows about what happened at Phoenix Gate. I mean...
That's not true. I know you. You wouldn't do that.
But I think it was just the editing, like how they chose to edit the scene transition. But, like, why even make it feel like a scene transition?
The second icon of fire. The one responsible.
Clive.
Clive, what you're describing is impossible. Yeah. Who the fuck? Okay, so... So, at this moment... Okay, I need to watch this scene carefully, but I'm just glad I can pause it, because in this moment, it cuts back, and it shows the hooded man. But at the time, this is what Joshua Rosefield looked like. He didn't look like a fucking hooded man. Is Clive going to be able to put it together?
Hooded man. He spoke to me.
What did he say?
What did he say?
We have found you.
Found you. What did he mean?
Clive?
So yeah, I think the hooded man, like it's just really ironic, I suppose, that Ultima chose as his visual representation he chooses to appear in Clive's mind as the hooded man, as this like brown, dun, hooded man that they mistake for Joshua Rosefield, who is hiding out in a hood. And this whole so...
We should go back there, to Phoenix Gate. I need to know what really happened. And so do you. You need to know for certain. And if what you told me is true, and you did what you said you did, then we will face it together.
Jill,
One of the things that the PlayStation 5 does really well, it's impossible for me to, like, tell you every time, but that moment where she reached down and put her hands on his hand, the like tip of this controller, just like right down here, just slightly vibrated. Like this game has vibrations where you can feel individual vibrations almost all over the whole thing. They have it tuned in such a way that they can like amplify the vibrations along the whole controller. So so there are some times where characters will run through a scene and I'll feel them run across the controller. Or in that moment, she reaches down and touches Clive's hand, and at that moment, just like it wasn't even like this whole side of the controller shook. It was just like a little bit of controller shaking, like right on that like right side where his hand is in terms of the scene. Yeah, and there was a little one there. It was even smaller though, because it was just one hand.
All right.
It's like the controller has been tuned
You'll
very.
be needing a change of clothes then. Out you go, your lordship.
Yeah.
We wouldn't want you getting overexcited.
Out you go, your lordship. We wouldn't want you getting too excited. As Jill does her little change.
I'll see you soon then.
Sheathing sword. Alright. Hello, Tarja.
We've a long journey ahead of us.
I thought I told you to make yourself scarce. Your friend needs to get dressed.
Yeah, I know.
Let's get this fixed before someone does themselves a mischief.
We're looking at half a dozen, maybe more.
Their bunks are made up. I can leave whenever you're ready.
This chick is a badass, by the way. You didn't watch Game of Thrones, so I can't just say like, yeah, that's Brienne of Tarth right here. But fuck, this chick. By the end of the game, super badass. Some of these characters, like, they don't actually like join your party. Like, you only ever really play as Clive. But a lot of them survive some really hardships as the game progresses.
You! Newcomer! I need help.
What's the matter?
It's my assistant. She left to gather soil, and I've seen nothing of her since. I cannot concentrate one whit for fear of what might have happened. Please, I beg of you, will you go and check? I have to know.
Of course.
All right, I'll go.
Marvelous. Thank you. You'll be rewarded for your time, of course.
Whereabouts is she?
Gotan's Bales. It's on the outskirts of Lostwig. Not the safest place for an unaccompanied bearer, perhaps, but the soil there is second to none. Now go, and do not linger. Why, it may already be too late.
Prioritize quest. Moving Heaven and Earth. It's actually a pretty cool name. So yeah, this tree is conventionally in this world considered to be impossible. Like, that we're in the Blight, we're in the middle of the Blight, and right here is an apple tree. Because this guy is like an actual gardener, whereas out in the world, everything is done by magic. Like, all of the, like, bits and pieces, like, oh, you need this done, magic. You need that done, magic. Oh, you need to grow some food? Well, magic, 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 and oh, what do you know, there's some food there. And not to mention, the world itself just produces food. Because it's so full of magic that, you know, food is its own kind of magic. But, where am I actually going? I'm supposed to go there. But in order to do that, in order to grow in the Blight, you need to get some soil from not in the Blight. And that's what she's gone to do over here, and she's run afoul of something.
Someone's in trouble.
something with 8 legs.
Excellent.
It's over.
Gotta remember that I have this Garuda power. Just pull monsters to me if they're weak.
Give me fire. Stay down. You're finished.
Inconspicuous herb commonly found growing near mother crystals. Its roots are harvested to create a deep red dye, but unlike most pigments, madder root extract is more than merely stained cloth. It imbues it with a faint elemental charge that can be ethereally enhanced, both bear and crystal-based magics. Interesting.
Are you hurt?
It would have been worse if you hadn't come along. Wait,
Oh,
I've seen you around
so
the
that's
hideaway.
why red
You're
magic.
new, aren't you?
I'm Clive.
That's interesting.
And I'm Martel.
I like it.
But what are you doing here?
Looking for you. This is no place for a bearer on her own.
I noticed that. But this soil's not going to collect itself.
Then what if I gathered it for you? You could head back to the hideaway. Just exactly what sort of dirt is it that you need?
What I need is soil. But I'd be a fool to refuse your help after what just happened. It's the good stuff you're looking for. Dark, rich, fragrant. You'll know it when you find it.
Dark, rich, and fragrant. Right. Well, you should hurry back. Bohemil seemed worried enough that he might come looking for you himself.
That seems unlikely, but I won't argue with you. Thanks.
Alright. Time to go find some fragrant dirt.
There's certainly enough of it here. But is it dark, rich, and fragrant?
Oh yeah, that's fragrant. Oh, hold on. Basically, we're just stealing this. We're stealing we're stealing the vintner's fertilizer. All right.
Get it back to the hideaway.
Good call. Let's go back to the hideaway. That's a good idea. Hey, we stole that fertilizer. Hey, Bohemil, stole the fertilizer for you.
There you are. And? All safe and sound?
Well, yes, she's standing right there.
No.
The girl? The soil.
The soil.
Did you bring it?
The precious soil.
Yes. Here.
Rich, loamy earth gathered from the vineyards of Golton's Bales for use in the gardener Bohemil's experiments.
Glorious! When Martel came home empty-handed, I almost had a fit.
I almost beat her to a pulp.
With this, my research can continue. First and foremost come the measurements. I must know how much ether each sample contains. From there...
Wait, so you were never...
Worried about me? Sorry to disappoint you, but the only thing he worries about is his research.
But that's
all right. It's just how he is. And if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be growing anything in these ruins. It's a small price to pay. Although you don't speak to. Did he even ask for help? Ugh. Here. I know it's not much, but it's something, at least. I wish I could offer you some fruit too, but you're not likely to thank me if I do. Still, we'll grow something worth eating one of these days, and when we do, you'll have first pick.
All they've grown is apples, and if there's one thing we know about growing apples, you never know what kind of apple you're gonna get. If you grow one tree, that tree is not making apples worth eating. However, I mean, these apples look pretty good, but looks can be deceiving.
The furrows will need expanding. Will not
Not a yummy nut in sight, though.
Oh, what I wouldn't give for some wild mickleberries.
You should speak to Master Barmill.
Kenneth is a miracle worker.
And his dishes taste even better after a hard day's work.
The hunter with his torch held high pursues his subtle prey. But bitter winds put out his light before the break of day.
That's a terrible song. Keep working on it, though.
Ah, Clive. I trust you're settling in?
Gradually getting used to the place.
I'm glad to hear it. I was hoping you might be persuaded to come to my aid once more. Your services will be rewarded, of course.
I don't doubt it. Seems to be the way around here.
We strive to be better than those we once served. Now, as to the task itself, I am once again in need of a pair of hands to deliver sustenance to our esteemed companions. I have 3 meals for 3
Deliver more
souls.
food.
What say you?
Yeah, sure.
I'd be happy to help.
Marvelous. The 3 individuals you'll be seeking out are busying themselves about the hideaway. You'll find one by the entrance, another in the bunks, and the other guarding the cells. Thank you once again, Clive.
We just don't have enough teams to follow every lead.
No, not even if they were teams of one.
Ooh, something smells good. For me, I hope.
It is. Courtesy of Kenneth.
Oh, my thanks. These birds are needy creatures. They don't like me running after the fat chocobo behind their backs.
They must keep you busy.
There's never a moment's rest. Probably for the best I eat down here, reeking of the staples as I do. I'd only put people off their food. And who has time to wash and dress for dinner when they've got little darlings like these to wait upon, eh? Anyway, thanks for the food, and be sure to give Kenneth my regards.
Well, in that, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, lady. But there's one thing I would suggest. If you're gonna be all up in these chocobos, it's a good pair of slacks. 95% of the smelling of the of the chocobos will be in this bottom fringe of your dress that has been rolling through chocobos all day. So, a pair of slacks. Now, this is it's a like a loading zone. Like, I can leave this map here. I I wonder if it's diegetic. I wonder if technically part of Clive sees it, or if, like, because kind of in the same vein where obelisks are diegetic and these aerate stones are diegetic, maybe Ultima is, like, keeping track of where Clive goes just by setting up these little things in the world. And when we walk across them, Ultima is like, hey, there he is. There's my dude again. Out there being strong, getting stronger. Oh, Blackthorn's got something to say here.
I see I'm busy here.
Yeah, you had a thing. Still Silt Blah. Yeah.
That it?
Not even worth using shit with that right now. Alright, here. Have some food.
Back so soon? Fancied another kip in the cells, did you?
Kenneth sent me. He thought you might be hungry.
Simple yet sustaining dish of boiled eggs and spelt bread, lovingly assembled by the Hideaway's resident mealsmith.
He wasn't wrong. The way my gut's been growling, I'd have curls running scared.
Guard duty down here can't be much fun.
It's not. But sometimes folk need locking up, and someone has to watch over them. I help people sleep at night, and that's not a boast many can make. You keep yourself on the right side of these bars now, you hear me?
With a proper place to train.
Oh, what I wouldn't give for some wild mickleberries.
You should speak. Can I help you?
Kenneth sent me.
Here, have some boiled eggs and spelt bread.
Do you
Sounds delicious.
Our food has arrived. Does your appetite still elude you?
Is he sick?
I'm afraid so. Those no longer in need of a Physica's immediate ministrations are sent here for further rest. I tend to those who cannot tend to themselves, which leaves me very little time for anything else. Happily, Kenneth sees that I stay fed. I would be lost without the kindness of good people like him and yourself. Thank you.
I think that's everyone.
These quests are basically just like to make you like appreciate this place, cause
we're looking at half a dozen, maybe more.
Their bunks are made up. I can leave whenever you're ready.
it does not stay this idyllic for too long. Spoiler alert.
Ah, you're back. All done? Wonderful. Here, your reward, as promised.
The Hideaway's quite something. Everyone has their place.
A fact we are proud of, believe me. I'm glad you've witnessed it for yourself. You have your place too, of course, as you have just so capably proven, and you will always have a place with us, should you desire it.
It's kind of you to say so.
It is the truth, and not a soul among us would deny it. I look forward to all that you will bring to our little community.
Okay, anything else? Doesn't look like it. I don't see anything else up that way. Alright, gotta talk to Charon. Hey, Charon.
What do you want?
To say farewell. We're leaving.
Good decision. Better that than buried out there in the black. You've got a lot to thank that girl for, you know.
I know. And I will.
Now, what do you really want? We both know you don't come here for conversation. Off you go, then.
I should probably say thank you to Gav, too.
So your mind's made up, is it?
We'll be leaving for Rosaria as soon as we're able.
Back down memory lane, eh? Rosaria ain't what she used to be, Clive. Not since the Imperials moved in. First sign of trouble, you make straight for Martha's Rest and ask for the landlady. She's a friend of the cause. Tell her you was Sid.
Oh yeah,
and she'll
Martha's
help you
Rest.
Understood. Thank you, Gav.
Yeah.
I'd be lost without you.
Gav's little
I'm
ponytails.
just doing my job.
He's got
No
like
need to
these
make such
3
a
little
fuss.
rat tails in the back.
Take care. All right.
Anything there?
Oh, I'm crap at goodbyes. Where's Sid when you need him?
Give him my regards when he gets back.
I will.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Ready, my lady?
Up we go to Three Reeds. Rising waters transformed once fertile farmland into noisome morass, rendering it nigh uninhabitable to all but leeches and lizards.
Rosaria. It's been 13 years.
But this breeze, the smell of the grass, it's just as I remember it.
You haven't been back either.
I couldn't. Rand did keep a close watch on each other in the Imperial Army. You'd get beheaded just for knowing a deserter. The only way out was on a mission.
I see.
But mostly I was afraid. Afraid to go back.
I know.
But I'm here now. Thanks to you. We should press on. That inn at the top of the hill must be Martha's Rest. Gav said the landlady's a friend.
But can we say the same for her patrons?
Imperials don't tend to take well to those with my mark. If anyone asks, I'm a branded soldier, sworn to protect my noble mistress.
Look at the fuse on this one. Explains why there's a premium on materials.
Is there...
Maybe I should up your ration.
Okay, did I just narrowly avoid cutting that guy's head off? I have to know. I like how all the characters have their own little, like, Final Fantasy VI-esque, like, character sprites. Like, you could just drop them right... Now, can I... Okay, no. No, I didn't. That's fine. Okay. Do I want to fight a fucking... Oh. Bighorn? No, I don't care about Bighorn, do I? Yes, I do. So against the light monsters, that thing pulls them in, but against the heavy monsters, it pulls me in. So I can use it to fly. Super effective. Ooh, that was. Okay. All right.
That's enough.
They never finished building the bridge then.
After what happened at Phoenix Gate, it didn't seem the highest priority.
This guy seems to need help.
Stop and give me an hand. Here,
You couldn't give me an hand, could you? Typical. A bloody bearer. Just when I thought my luck had changed. Still, better a crumb of crystal than an empty hand, I suppose. Though it pains me to use another man's branded. Here, you understand me, don't you?
Wow. They treat Brandon so bad in this game, it's just fucking insane. Like,
I need your help. These blasted birds must have caught.
did anyone ever teach you to read?
Late as it was. I've got something special needs delivering before the rest, but I dare not leave my cart untended. You couldn't run it up to Martha's Rest for me, could you? Needs to get there quick, mind.
Fine.
That's the spirit. All right. Here. You hand that to the stable master and no one else. I'm owed a little something for it. If he gives it to you, pass it along to your master by way of thanks. Be off with you then, and don't go taking any detours on the way.
I was going to Martha's Rest anyway.
Too slow.
I haven't really figured it out yet. It still feels really weird. I'm sure over 800 years of history, it's like crystals are seen as like a gift of the mother crystals, but bearers are seen as like, it's like they're stealing something from the world by existing, basically. Unless they're a dominant. If they're a dominant, then they're so powerful that they can get whatever kind of respect they want. But just a regular bearer, they basically just eat shit. The Empire has them all in, like, fucking slave camps. And even the nice places treat them like garbage. The only place that doesn't is Sid's. Because Sid just looks at the situation of the culture and it's just like, what the fuck are we doing? Why are we treating these people like garbage? And it gets really bad. Like, it hasn't even started in terms of... I can't wait to be able to talk about it at length, because this shit gets crazy by the end of the game.
Keep your distance, boy. Not this time. Garuda,
Oh yeah.
Too slow.
Okay, that parry at the end there was pretty interesting. I don't even think that was a mechanic the last time I played this game, where you could just parry attacks by attacking the attack. I don't think that was a thing. I don't remember that. There's been a couple of changes to the game since the last time I played it. Which is a funny thing that new games do.
Martha's Rest.
Oh, Martha's Rest. Ooh.
That's one of our branded. Do we take him in?
He's not one of ours. Look, he's with his master.
Yeah. Hey, I was supposed to give you this.
Are you the stable master? I was asked to deliver this to you.
This is for me, right enough. Not sure what some bearer's doing bringing it to me, though. Where's that fool of a peddler got to?
He couldn't come himself. His cart's surrounded by wild chocobos.
Huh. Sounds about right. He'll have it full of Gizal greens, no doubt. Crammed with them, if I know him.
Gizal greens?
Chocobos go mad for them, don't they? And if you forget to seal the cart up tight, the smell gets out, and birds come running from miles around. Don't get me wrong. They're a fine investment for a savvy merchant, especially around these parts. But you can't get greedy, as our mutual friend is learning the hard way. Still, I got my wares.
Stu,
that's all
what the fuck is a bear doing talking to me?
Pass your master my regards.
He's talking to me like he's a fucking person. Like, what the fuck?
Good girl. You get some rest now.
Get a load of the balls on this fucking Brandon, talking to me like he's a fucking person.
You have to step out your front door these days before you're set upon by beasts or bandits. So much for the Holy Empire bringing us a new age of enlightened order. Place has gone to the dogs.
I actually see a lot of this place just from up here. Ooh. There's some... Those little twinkly... Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh god, I have to... No! Where was it even? Anyway. When I get my chocobo, I will explore this place. The little twinkly things are always like potions, so they're like worthless, basically. The only things that are worthwhile are chests, but I forgot the chest that was by the last bighorn I fought. There was a chest next to him that I did not open.
Arthur is as friendly as Gav claims.
Let's go and find out, shall we?
When he gets to Eastpool, leave him in the pile. We'll take him over when the bridge is back up.
And when's that gonna be?
Here, has this thing always been glowing?
So yeah, like he sees the glow. And it's a change. It happens when we reach it. It's like, suddenly we can use it to travel between, but nobody else can. These guys are growing.
There's one missing.
Is there? Is this supposed to be one more on the end here, or is that even her talking? I don't even know.
So much for all parts of the Empire being equal, if that's all the crystal they give us.
And it's not like any of us lowborn can afford a bearer anymore.
I think that's the ultimate thing, is that bearers are actually so valuable that they have been commodified so hard that the culture has just been taught to treat them like shit. so that they can be commodified such. Oh, headphones are about to go out. Like, none of them can afford it. Like, they're getting fewer and fewer crystals from the mother crystals because, you know, people get less and less for what they get every day. It's kind of how life works. Oh, there's a chest. Ooh, nice. Got an orchestrion roll.
I hear the levies are due to go up again. Founder help us. Bastards will be squeezing us until there ain't a drop left.
Do you like that? Oh, there's plenty more where that came from.
I like this game because you can actually eavesdrop on the people, whereas in Final Fantasy VII, it's like there's like 50 million conversations happening at once. In this, you can kind of just go to each...
You're aiming that at the fish there, son. Keep them nice and fresh.
Yeah, keep the fish fresh. Oh, God.
Anything catch your eye? A fair trade. I wanted one of those. A fair trade.
Okay, so I'm not going to be able to get the... So we'll just have to get
Much
that one.
obliged.
Don't be shy!
I made all these fucking pots! Come and buy them!
Fresh cuts, fresh cuts. Get your fresh cuts here.
Oh, no, I guess she made them. Oh, this... Is it a he? That's probably a he, right? Yeah, it is. It's just got a weird hat on that made me think that he had long hair. Alright, let's go talk to Martha. That's who we're here to talk to, right? Alright.
It was good, honest work building the aqueduct. Back when we had proper leaders and proper trades. Not just selling our blades and our bodies.
The following cheatery will be repaid with a swift boot in the arse. Mucking, stacking, packing, peeking, palming, foisting, and fingering. Okay. Uh-huh. Hello, Martha. So no fingering, man. Got it.
Excuse me. Would you happen to be the landlady?
Depends who's asking, and why they have an Imperial bearer with them.
For protection, which hopefully won't be needed. If you can advise me on the safest route to the west.
It's your friend here I'd be worried about. Bearers don't have an easy time of it in Rosaria. Even a Stratton lad like him might attract the wrong kind of attention. And if he gets nabbed, it ain't likely to end well for you either.
Then we'll just have to stay out of the malicious way. Gav said you might be able to help us.
Yeah, you're going to be seeing a lot more bears around. Lady, you better get used to it.
Sorry for before. Can't be too wary of strangers asking questions in our game. I'm Martha, an old friend of Sid's. He said he had high hopes for a bearer who joined recently. I expect that's you. So, Where is it you're headed?
For Phoenix Gate. We have questions that need answering.
Is that so? Well, if you want to avoid the garrison, the road through Eastpool's your best bet. Or it would be, if the bridge hadn't collapsed. A right bloomin' nuisance it is. We've had no trade with the village for weeks. I did ask our carpenter to take a look at it.
Oh yeah.
But he went out on another job. He hasn't come back.
A quest to have a bridge be repaired in a Final Fantasy game?
Fingers crossed he's just taking his time. The alternative don't bear thinking about.
We'll find him. And make sure he's safe. We both need that bridge repaired. Your carpenter sounds like the man to do it.
I see why Sid's got such a soft spot for you. If you could, I'd be in your debt.
Yeah, he has an almost pathological need to do everybody's little
You said
busy
that he
work.
went out on a job?
Right. He went down into the marshes to check on another bridge. The one by the Fallen Gate.
The marshes were dangerous at the best of times. We should hurry.
There's a ladder to the side of the gate. That's the quickest way down, if you've a head for heights. His name is Bernard. Should you find him well, tell him Martha sent you, and that he's wanted at the bridge to Eastpool.
All right.
To the marshes, then. Let's find that ladder.
When he gets to Eastpool, leave him in the pile. We'll take him over when the bridge is back up.
Here's the gate. And that must be the ladder.
I don't care what your orders are, Brandon. You can't.
Get away from me!
What was that?
It came from under the bridge. Come on.
Company.
There he is.
Hold on, we're coming!
Stay down!
Thank you, my lady. You saved my life.
Not at all. You're Bernard the carpenter, yes?
I am. I didn't realize my name was known so widely.
I'm a friend of Martha's. She asked us to come and find you.
Well, I'm very grateful for it. I just finished checking these piles when I turn around. I see a gang of slavering monsters looking to feast on my flesh. If you hadn't come when you did, I'd have been snipped into strips by now.
We're just glad you're safe.
I best go and give my regards to the landlady then, eh?
Actually, she asked that if we found you, we should beg you make haste to repair the bridge to Eastpool.
Of course. I said I'd take a look at it, but it clean slipped my mind. I'll head up there straight away. The trusses are still sturdy. It's just a matter of replacing the stringers and relining the deck. I'll have it done in no time.
Thank you, Bernard. We were hoping to take the road to Eastpool ourselves. We're very grateful for your help. And sorry for asking this of you after what you've been through.
I owe you my life. Fixing a bridge is the least I can do. Thank you, my lady. And you too, son. You're with Sid, ain't ya? Me and him, we go way back. Not as far as Martha, mind, but far enough.
I see.
Well, I best get cracking then. You go and let Martha know I'm all right, and she'll have her bridge back soon enough.
We will.
The bridge will be fixed when it's fixed, all right?
But I was supposed to be in Eastpool yesterday.
Ah, you're back. What happened? Did you find Bernard?
We did. He's fine, and he'll have the bridge to Eastpool repaired soon.
Well, thank... The founder for that.
It was lucky we found him when we did. The creatures out there are not to be trifled with.
It's the Blight's fault. They'd nothing to eat in the north, so they come down here hunting for food. He can't keep going out alone. I'll have to arrange a guard for him. But anyway, thank you. I don't have a lot to offer in return, but you're welcome to rest here until the repairs are finished.
We'd be delighted.
Can I get you a drink or anything while you wait? Flagon of Imperial Gold, perhaps? Tastes like swill, but it'll slake a thirst.
No, thank you. I prefer the truth about why there are so few bearers around here.
Yes. There were more of them when we were young. Far more.
Is this the Empire's doing? Have they been sent away?
They have, aye. Either to the Legions or Oriflamme. Seems the miners at Drake's Head are having a hard time keeping up with demand of late, so the bearers make up the shortfall. Time was, they used to dole out crystals like sugar plums, even down here in the provinces, but not anymore. Nowadays, they'll jump at any excuse to confiscate our bearers so they can be put to work elsewhere. I always knew the Empire treated their branded like shit, but after seeing it with my own eyes, well...
Ah, Thea! Congratulations on the new arrival. And you got the little laddie with you?
It was a bearer. The boy I carried for 9 long moons. A bloody bearer.
Oh, you poor thing. You gave it to the constables then?
Just left it at the garrison, aye. Let them deal with it.
She just... Oh, her baby was a bearer.
The blasted thing. Been wanting it gone since the moment I found out.
Well, it's all dealt
Get
with
rid of
now.
it. Give it to the garrison.
Mum, he weren't my brother, was he?
No, he was a bearer.
We'll have one soon enough. You just have to be patient. All right?
All right.
I'm just like, what the fuck?
Unbelievable, innit? Bearers may have been looked down on back in Archduke Elwin's day, but they were still human beings. Now they've fallen so far, a beggar wouldn't spit on them. Since you're not drinking, do me a favour and take that to the Abbey. There's a darkness at the heart of this world, and I'd have you see it.
And we'll see it at an abbey?
Glademond Abbey, on the shore of Sorrowwise Bay. The abbot there is a friend. Tell him Martha sent you, and he'll show you what I mean.
Understood.
It was good, honest work building the aqueduct. Back when we had proper leaders and proper trades. Not just selling our blades and our bodies.
Make sure you're aiming that at the fish there, son. Keep them nice and fresh.
Fresh cuts, fresh cuts. Get your fresh cuts here.
I knew that children were tested, that a bearer's fate was decided at birth.
And assumed it was best for all concerned. I know. But for a child to be blamed, to be hated by its parents through no fault of its own.
We knew nothing of what it meant to be born that way, did we?
No.
Yeah, they're finding out Sid's probably right. Should not be treating people like garbage just because they're born a bearer.
It's over.
Teeny tiny adamantoids.
This time.
Too slow.
Another adamantoise. That seems boring. Alright.
No holding back.
Huh. Huh. Interesting. Didn't know that that would happen. Interesting. It, like, this Phoenix shift, like, teleported me up into the air. If I had known that would happen earlier, I probably would have done it. Okay, gotta keep going this way. Do not have my chocobo yet. Cannot wait for my chocobo. Cannot wait for my chocobo. Cannot wait for my chocobo. Cannot wait for my chocobo.
Stay down. You're finished.
Okay. Chest. Gotta remember there's a chest there. Can I open it now? Nope. Chest. And this one is all like, this one's actually like a cool chest. What is this? Goblin coin? Okay, cool. Super cool, thanks. Chalky bows.
There's the Abbey. What darkness awaits us within, I wonder.
Let's go and see.
The Abbey is actually over there, but...
Too slow.
That was the thing I missed. So let's just go to the Abbey now.
Where do they all come from?
Good day to you. I'm afraid the Abbey is not open for public prayer. May Griga go with you?
We came to offer a donation. From Martha.
I see. Then please, follow me.
I don't want to die. Please, Father. Something for the pain. I beg you.
The light, it fades. I don't want to die alone.
It's all right. I'm here.
Who are these people?
Martha's bearers. She entrusted them to my care, that I might ease their suffering. To the extent that I can. For the time they have left.
The curse has taken them. All of them.
As it does every bearer forced to use their gift. With each draw on the ether, their bodies petrify, till all that remains is stone and pain, and so they are cast aside. There is nothing either Martha or I can do to change that, but we can at least strive to make their final hours a little more bearable. Have faith, my son, for you shall rise again, and find that...
Price of bearers and dominants pay for channeling aether through their bodies, the gradual petrification of their flesh. Does not affect those who use a crystal to cast magic. Beginning with a stiffness and an ache in the extremities, as the curse progresses, limbs are rendered immobile and the pain unbearable. At last, the victim turns completely to stone and their body crumbles into dust. There is no known cure.
Happiness denied you in this life. Thank you, Father. I must offer you my own thanks for the medicine you so kindly brought. Now, their final moments, needed moments of peace. When next you see Martha, pray tell her that 2 more have succumbed.
We should get back to Martha's Rest.
Yes, we should.
Ah, you're back. Thanks for taking care of that.
The abbot had a message for you. 2 more have succumbed.
I see. Come upstairs. So, now you know, eh?
I've seen plenty of bearers die on the battlefield. But never like that.
And all because they were born different. The powers that be can't take away their gift, so they strip them of their humanity instead. Oh, there's plenty who pity a bearer's plight. But so long as we're content to sit around, weeping for those on whose broken backs we're carried, we ain't gonna change nothing.
And so you lend Cid your strength?
What little of it I have. Used profits from this place to buy the poor buggers.
So when the abbot told us the bearers were yours...
Aye, they're my property, at least by law. Any still fit to work fetch a price beyond my means. All I can do is care for those who are past mending. But it's not all doom and gloom. Bernard's finished fixing that bridge for you. You can carry on to Eastpool now. You got questions that need answering, ain't you? Well, I wish you luck.
Thank you, Martha.
Oh, I almost forgot. Cid and I have other friends in Rosaria. Wear this and they'll know you for one of us. And know that you will always be welcome here. You were right, Cid. It really is them. Lord Rosfield and Lady Warwick have come back to us. And long may they stay.
Cid has arrived.
Cid?
Ah, Clive.
Oh, Cid is
Not
turning
where I
to
left
stone.
Got your hand.
I did, aye. With 1,000 little lightning bolts. Can't fling them around the way I used to. Think of it as my decoration for long service and exemplary misconduct.
He uses a crystal to light his cigarette because he doesn't want to use magic, because if he does, it'll make him turn more to stone.
Thank you, Sid, for everything.
It's tiny little details like that that make me like this game.
If you want to leave, that's your lookout. I'm sure you'll have a long and happy life together if you stay out of my way.
Although this game is certainly more digestible than Elden Ring in terms of description.
I knew a girl back in the day. She was a slave to her fate, just like you. I wanted to save her. For a while, I even thought I could. But just because you think something doesn't make it true.
Sid.
I'm no savior. Just a conceited old fool. I talk about people forging their own futures. But instead of handing them the hammer, I beat them with my own. And if no bugger wants to listen to what you've got to say, you might as well keep your gob shut. But Clive, I will say this. You're not a monster. You're the same man you've always been. Accept that, and you may yet escape your fate.
My fate?
Look, lad, you've had a hard life. And I don't see it getting much easier. You might not be able to save anyone else, but at the very least, you can save yourself.
I'll try.
And Jill, I'm sorry we didn't get a chance to talk, but I trust she'll take good care of the boy.
Yes, I will.
Is that the last of it?
Aye.
We best head back then. Wouldn't want to keep Nan waiting. Ta-ra then.
Alright, there's also a new quest nearby. I'm actually going to save and take a break for a while, though. So I will transfer my voice over to Discord.